sometimes people aren't ready to hear what you have to tell them. And it's not your fault. It's not that you lack communication skills. It's not that you're bad at communicating. It's not that you've not understood the message. There are many times when someone is just not ready for that information, and you shouldn't feel bad. Now, it takes discernment. It definitely takes the Holy Spirit to be able to understand when it's time to stop, or when it's time to not feel upset, or when it's time to retreat and give forward. I have a friend, he says he stopped giving advice to people. He basically started charging for advice because he realized that people were taking his advice for granted. And I thought that was a very smart move to do. Like, you make people pay for the advice and it makes them value it more. But what I want to say here today is that if you think about it, how many times have you heard the same thing and then one day it finally made sense? How many times have you been told, don't engage in this behavior, don't, this scam or this particular kind of business is a bad idea? You still find yourself doing it. You still find yourself going into the same mistake, making the same mistake, ending up in the same kind of relationship, reading the same stupid books. And then one day it suddenly hits you like, wow, it makes sense now. So if you find yourself having to advise your siblings, or even your parents, if you're in a position where you're older and you think that you want to help your parents out and stuff like that, if you find yourself wondering, like, why do people not listen to what I have to say? Why are people so stubborn? They are not stubborn. Even advertisers know this. When you get advertised, like in this, what they call them impressions, you need about, like 7 impressions before somebody can remember something. So they have to send an email. You have to send like 7 emails for someone to remember that they're actually subscribed to you. So think about it this way. Sometimes we need to hear it in different ways. And even one of the things I want to share with you today is that sometimes you would tell someone you care about, you would tell them something. You would tell them something important, advice, like really good advice that you earned through blood, sweat, and tears. And they will not listen to you, but then they will listen to a neighbor. They will listen to a colleague. They will listen to a friend who said the exact same thing you just said. It's not that you were wrong. It's not that they don't listen to you. They just weren't ready. Now, I'm going to say this as a caveat. Some people are just hopeless. Jesus, please forgive. Some people, there's no way for them. They will come out, they'll get back to the point at some point. But there are people who just take your advice for granted, who misuse your time, your energy, your effort. I'm not talking about those people here. Those are people that I think with wisdom, with insight, with knowledge and common sense, you'll be able to distinguish and then move on. But there are people who are genuinely struggling, who you seem to think like, this person needs help. Why are they not able to listen to what I have to tell them? Those are the people I'm talking about. Those are the people that you have to keep talking to. You have to keep advising. You have to keep being kind and patient. And I know it's hard. That's why you need the Holy Spirit, because these things are difficult, bro. You need to be kind with them and allow them the time to grow, to be able to hear what you have to say. I know for sure there have been many instances where my father has told me the same thing over and over and over and over. And then one day down the road, like 5 years down the road, I turn around and tell him this. He will like, bruh. I mean, my father doesn't call me bruh, but he'll be like, bruh, didn't I tell you this thing when you were young and you did not listen to me? I'll be like, yeah, no. I would try to give some silly excuse about why I didn't listen to him. But the truth is, he was right. He had told me the same thing and I didn't listen, and he kept saying it, and I finally got it. Now he's my father. He loves me. Same like my mom. They love me. So they will be patient enough to do that. But as Christians, right, as someone who cares about people, as someone who is following Christ, as someone who wants to love like Christ loved us, you have to develop the patience required to keep advising, keep sharing, keep giving that information to people who want to listen. Now, you might want to do like my friend and put like a barrier, because you want to also filter out. And sometimes that price, when somebody has to pay a price to listen to you, they value it more. Most people don't value what is free. Sadly, salvation is free. They don't value it, right? But if you're able to make somebody, and I say make in quotes, it's like when you're able to find the human part of their brain, the psychology, where they see that something has more value because it's cash. People pay for consultancy. Like, for example, you want to talk to me, there's a link, not in the description, but you can book time and talk to me. But there will come a point where no matter how much time I have, people will have to pay to talk to me. Not because I think my information is so valuable, but because you need to put a gate, you need to value your time. And if you want to help everybody, you can't help everybody all the time. Sometimes you make free content like this that people can watch. But if somebody needs one-on-one conversations about what is, changing careers and moving to a new country and things like that, then I will have to charge for those conversations. It's not because it's I think my advice is so expensive. It's because you need to put those gates. Those gates might be financial. Those gates might be you just don't talk to them when they ask you things. Those gates might be, hey, when you're ready to talk about this, let me know. And then you sit quiet with your advice. Those gates might be, what did you do the last time with the information? And they will tell you what they did, and you can say, okay, try this one instead. You need to put those gates to help you not feel too bad when they don't listen to you, but also to help them come to that place where they can finally understand. All right. So don't feel too bad if people don't listen to what you have to advise. Don't feel like you're wasting your time. You're not. You're doing God's work, and the Holy Spirit is using you to help them. And don't give up on them. All right, don't give up. Be patient, be kind, talk with them with love. Even when you're upset, just think of how many times we upset Christ on a daily basis, and He's still, He told us to forgive 77 times. So forgive your neighbor, forgive your sibling, forgive your mom, forgive your dad, and just talk with them with love, with that tenderness and that understanding that they are struggling to get to that point. And when they do, it's like hope deferred. What do I say? Let me see. Is that it's like Proverbs 13:12 say, hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a dream fulfilled is a tree of life. So you might be losing hope because this person is not understanding what you're saying, and they're taking forever, and they keep making the same mistake, dating the same kinds of people. They're still unemployed, all that good stuff. But once that dream is fulfilled, when they finally understand where you're coming from, God of restoration is going to speed things up for them and for you as well. All right. All the best as you continue to support your family and friends and being a good human and a good Christian. And yeah, there's a video here, playlist that you can enjoy, which has conversations like this. And then there's a video that I think you're going to really enjoy. All right. I'll see you in the next one. God bless you.